Hi everyone, in this video, we'll look at the confidence interval formula for a population proportion. The good news is that the TI-84 calculator will do most of the calculations for us. Our goal is not to memorize every part of the formula. Our goal is to understand what the formula means and how to read interval notation. Let's begin. The point estimate of a population proportion is the sample proportion p hat. To create a confidence interval, we take the point estimate and add and subtract the margin of error. So the confidence interval is p hat plus or minus e, where e is the margin of error. Another way to write this confidence interval is using the interval notation. These two forms mean the same thing. The first value, p hat minus e, is the lower limit, and the second value, p hat plus e, is the upper limit. This is important because the calculator will usually give us the answer as an interval with a lower limit and an upper limit. Now, let's look at the margin of error formula. For a confidence interval for a population proportion, E equals z sub alpha over 2 times square root of p hat times 1 minus p hat over n, where x is the number of successes, n is the sample size, and p hat is the sample proportion. The value z sub alpha over 2 is the critical value determined by the confidence level. Now, let's look at example 2. Find z sub alpha over 2 for a 96% confidence level. The critical value z sub alpha over 2 comes from the standard normal distribution. For the standard normal distribution, the mean is 0. So when we draw the graph, we place 0 in the center. 96% confidence level means 96% of the area under the normal curve is in the middle. So this area is 96% or 0.96. Since the total area under the curve is 1 or 100%, the remaining area is 1 minus 0.96, and that is called alpha. So alpha is 1 minus 0.96, which is 0.04. Because the normal curve is symmetric, we split alpha evenly between the two tails. So this tail is half of alpha, and this tail is half of alpha. So alpha over 2 is 0.04 over 2, which is 0.02. So this tail is 0.02. And this tail is also 0.02. So if I take 0.02 plus 0.96 plus 0.02, I get 1, which is 100%. The two boundaries between the middle area and the two tails are the critical values. The left critical value is negative z sub alpha over 2. The right critical value is positive z sub alpha over 2. For this example, we want to find positive z sub alpha over 2, which is the one on the right. To find z sub alpha over 2, I use inverse norm function on the TI-84 calculator. And I need the left area, mean, and standard deviation. This is where z sub alpha over 2 is. The area to the left of this number is everything to the left, which is 0.96 plus 0.02, which is 0.98. For the standard normal distribution, the mean is 0, and the standard deviation is 1. Now, we'll use the calculator to find the value. To open the distribution menu, press second vars. Choose inverse norm and press enter. For the area, enter 0.98. Mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. Highlight the left option because we're using the left area. Highlight paste and press enter. And press enter again. This is our answer. So we get 2.053748911. And if we round it to 2 decimal places, we get 2.05. So for a 96% confidence level, the critical value z sub alpha over 2 is 2.05.